Two gendarme officers have been killed today in the northwest region of Cameroon, the 30th of November 2025, after they stepped on an improvised explosive device on a recognizant mission. Their vehicle actually stepped on an improvised explosive device, killing these two officers and injuring some other officers who were in the vehicle. And the sad reality is that one of the officers, was recently posted to Bamenda, the northwest region of Cameroon. He was in Dopasi, Douala, where he was actually working. So recently transferred to the northwest region of Cameroon. Then after that, he actually met his untimely death. Now, this is adding to the number of several Cameroonian military forces, gendarmes, police, who have died as a result of the armed conflict in the northwest and the southwest region of Cameroon. It is a very difficult situation for these families who have lost their children, probably their husbands, and their breadwinner in some instances, depending on how the case is, uncle, nephew, who have lost them as a result of the conflict in the northwest and southwest region. And within the week before this incident, there have been several incidents reported specifically in the northwest region of Cameroon, where soldiers were killed and their weapons confiscated by the separatist fighters, what is known in Cameroon as the voices in the bushes. With all of this, Cameroon government has actually maintained that effort to end the crisis have been put on the table, and calls for people to drop their arms, especially those who are actually members of the armed separatist fighters, to drop their arms and embrace the government peace plan of DDR Center, where they will be sent to the disarmament and demobilization, and that anybody who doesn't want to drop the weapon now is someone who doesn't want peace and will be treated according to the law as terrorists, as they have been declared. The sad reality here is that those who are actually feeling the heat of this war or this conflict are the family members of soldiers and the family members of innocent civilians. These political stakeholders rarely feel the pinch, rarely feel the brunt, but those who are on the forefront are either civilians whom, after this incident, because as I'm talking to you, several people have been arrested, several arrests have been made in that quarter where this incident occurred, several arrests, and which is very normal that after an incident like this, there's what called a rafflement, which is indiscriminate arrest to actually do investigation to see whether or not the people in the area had prior knowledge, or if there were people who worked with these guys to carry out that heinous act. And as I told you, the families are those who suffer are the mothers and children, the mothers and fathers whose children are in Bamenda, in the area where this happened. Because when it happens like that, there will be reprisal attack, and when this reprisal attack comes, the common man feel the heat. The politicians on the other side don't feel the heat. The stakeholders on the voices camp don't feel the heat. Those who are in diaspora, they don't feel the heat. The people who feel the heat are the common man. The people who suffer the losses are the mothers and fathers whose children have decided that they want to serve the nation in honor and in fidelity by wearing up the uniform and to defend their territorial integrity. But when politicians make decisions, they are in no position to actually reject this decision. It is very sad that this will happen to this young guy. And last week we had a similar situation that occurred where I think about four or three soldiers were killed and their weapons confiscated. That's so sad, and this is condemnable. But the same way we condemn the killing of unarmed civilians, the same way we condemn every other action